We're continuing on with Comenius's grammar, and we're looking at the topus, declinationis, tertius, topus declinationis tertius, the third type of declension. Now, this type of declension has a great many endings in the nominative, and we can summarize them as this. Nonsense word, clones, traxi. Now, this will give us all of the possible endings of words of this declension. This third declension is actually a major supercategory, of which there are several subcategories, and we'll be looking at these. So the nominative will have these endings, and the vocative, of course, will share them. So, because these are the casus recti, the straight cases, and so we have here a straight line leading down from here down to here, no deviation in the endings. The genitive, genitivo, with the genitive, these end in is. With the dative, dativo, these end in e. And the accusativo, with the accusative, they generally end in m, but there is a subcategory that ends in im. And ablativo, with the ablative, generally end in e, but there is a subcategory that ends in e. And this, of course, is singulariter. Singulariter in the singular. Let's have a look at an example of this. A word that ends in the letter R, pater, meaning father. So we have pater, then we talk to the father, and you say, hello, pater. No change. Right? Fathers, as in father's car, that's patris. Apostrophe S. To the father, patri. I see the father, I see patrem. And I go with the father, I go with patre. That's father. Mater is the same. Let's look at mulier, meaning a woman. So mulier. Mulier. You talk to the mulier, and it's the same. Mulier. And then a woman's, mulieris. Excuse the sirens. To a woman, here we have it, mulieri. And then you see the woman, muliere. And you go with the woman, muliere. Homo, a person, is a subcategory. So let's draw a line here and look at homo. Homo is a masculine word, but it refers to people of either sex. So it's always masculine, but it refers to males and females. So It's neuter in meaning, but it is masculine in gender. Homo, homo. Now something happens here. It's not homois, but hominis. Then that of course is man's, apostrophe s. To the man, homini. And then we have here, I see the man, I see homina, and I go with the man, I go with the man, and that is homine. And we call this, when the word goes from homo to hominis, we call it increasing in the genitive, because the word here is this long, and here, of course, it is longer. So it has increased in the genitive. So if you read in a grammar book about nouns that increase in the genitive, this is what it means. Let's have a look at an example of a neuter noun that ends in the letter L. And we have another subcategory. Animal. And it's going to be the same here. Hello, animal. Because these are the casus recti. Then animals, apostrophe s. Animalis. To the animal. Animali. I see the animal, I see, now because this is a neuter word, animal, animal, it's going to be animal here again. I see the animal. And then, because this is the subcategory, and it's one of these funny ones, it's animali, not animale. So there's the subcategory of third declensions that end in the letter L, end in E here. So animal, animal, animalis, animali, animal, and then animali are here with the animal in the ablative. And so you can decline words like pater, you can decline mater. And we have mulier here, arbor, a tree, doctor, no need to explain what that means. Then we have homo, caput, meaning a head, canis. Now, canis is an interesting case because it already ends in is. Let's have a look at how canis works. So here we have our nominative, canis. Canis is a word that means a dog of male or female gender, and it has both genders. So unlike homo, which is masculine but refers to males and females, canis is ambidextrous, so to speak. It's of common gender, and we can say this using the masculine for this, or this using the feminine. So we can say hic canis, or we can say haec canis. It applies to both. But here we can only say hic homo. Hic is the masculine for this thing close to me. And we will still say hic homo even when we're referring to a woman. So nominative. Vocative, it stays the same because this is the straight, remember, at this straight case. Genitive, interestingly enough, no change. Canis, right? I suppose you can understand this the way we do this with S, words that end in S in English also. For example, let's do the English here. We have Moses, right? And then the genitive of Moses is still Moses, right? We just put the apostrophe afterwards. So words that end in S in English, no change in the genitive. Here we have canis, 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 just like Moses and Moses in English. So it's not such a strange thing. Dative, right? Cani, to the dog. Accusative, canem. And the ablative, cane. With the dog. And there we have it for that one. Nomen, a very common word, is neuter. So nomen, nomen is like homo. So we have nominis, and then we have nomini, because it's neuter. The accusative, of course, is going to be the same, right? And the ablative nomine. And this, of course, is neuter, and so we have the 3 here, and of course we have the neuter here, 1, 2, the big 3. Now remember there are three in common, and we can draw a big 3 with the, right, showing us that 1, 2, 3 endings are the same. Lumen is like Norman, so I'll just write it down here. It's declined the same way, meaning a light. Lumen, fulmen, a flash of lightning. Marmor, meaning marble. And corpus, a body. So these, corpus, these are neuter. So fulmen, fulmen, fulmenis, fulmeni, fulmen, fulmene. Corpus, corpus, corporis, corpori, corpus, corpore. So corpus is declined like nomen. And that's it. There are many others also, and of course this third declension, the genitive, the defining characteristic is that the genitive ends in is, and this is once again singulariter, the singular. And that's the end of the video on the singular of the third declension.